Again, like I said, we stayed calm, just knowing that they were going to make runs at us, and we just had to stay solid.
Coach Terry, this one's for you. Like Rose, it's been mentioned, like time and time again, that it was things did get shaky in the second half, but you guys were able defensively to force Rutgers to shoot 30% from the field, and just how is that going to be able to translate for you guys to have success tomorrow against Maryland?
Well, you know, one of the things we talked about before we came out is we were going to have to win the effort points, right? We're going to have to win the toughness game, and I got a tough group, right? And we all believe in they believe in each other, and our staff believes in our players. And so, you know, one of the things that has rung true, I think, with this group time and time again, the reason why we've had the success that we've had so far has been a lot to do with the fact that, yeah, we're balanced, we guard hard, but we're tough. And you know, this group, I can promise you, will not go away quietly. And that's one of the intangible things that I love about them, is that they're connected, but they're tough, tough women.
Question for Ellie. Looking at the turnover numbers, you guys are pretty even, but in terms of points off of turnovers, you guys outscored them by 15. I mean, how much was that something you guys emphasized going into this week and pushing the ball like that?
Yeah, you know, Coach just kept telling us, stay aggressive, and, you know, I think, you know, defensively, we were in our spots. We were in our spots where, you know, the coaches prepared us to be in, and we just made plays, and then once we, you know, made plays defensively, we kept pushing it in transition.
Any more questions for students?
Hi, Allie. You've been on a tear like the last 4 or 5 games, averaging over 20 points per game. Is that a conscious decision, or are things just opening up for you?
You know, I just think coaches and my teammates have been telling me to be aggressive, and you know, I'm just gonna do whatever it takes to win. And like I said, they've been telling me to be aggressive, and I want to win, so that's what I'll do.
Yes.
Other questions for students? Ladies, you're dismissed.
Thank you.
Any other questions for Coach? Let's go back to the second row here.
What's been the propensity this year? You've been better in neutral sites and on the road than you've been at home. I mean, you haven't been bad at home, but you've got three losses all year on the road. On the road versus at home. So what is it? The fans? Is it more pressure at home? How come you've been stronger on the road and on neutral site this year, and you've even controlled the game more?
Well, I don't know that I have the answer for that. What I can say is what I said earlier. I have a tough bunch of women, right, that are focused and are driven and want to be successful. And you know, I used to think that, and I still do think that being at home is a good thing in front of our fans. I think that our fans have been terrific, and you know, have been there for us. And there's this idea of staying on a schedule and going to class and not getting out of routine, right? But with that being said, I think that once we've gone on the road with these guys, we sort of eliminate some of the distractions that they may have at home or back in their dorm rooms and apartments with friends and families and whatnot. And I can kind of keep them contained a little bit more. And I think we, you know, we've proven that we can go on the road. But you know, as we've moved forward with our program, that's one of the things that has sort of been an Achilles heel for us. You know, we've been right there. We've won a lot of games at home, and we love being in Simon Scott Assembly Hall. But as we always tell our guys, you know, championship teams that move on, teams that play in the NCAA tournament, figure out how to win away from home as well. And we got great leadership, you know, with Allie Patberg and Brenna Wise. They've just been tremendous, and been tremendous in that locker room, and tremendous in the hotels and everywhere, and just leading these guys in the right way.
Coach, when you see Grace Wagner take those 2 charges, what does that say about like her hard work to be able to go from not being in the rotation at the start of the year to playing these valuable minutes?
Well, it says she's paying attention, right? And you know, we value those kids that can, you know, get into the game and have an impact, and we watch that in practice, and she's a, a young lady that doesn't get a lot of reps, but she pays attention and she's focused, and she's athletic. She's long and lanky, and the more we watch her in practice and against our practice guys, she has been determined to want to have an impact on this basketball team, and she's just kind of stuck with it. She's a great story, and for her to come up big with those charges in the first half, says a lot about just the kind of tough kid she is, that Indiana kid, right? That when her number's called, she responds, and I thought she did a great job.
Coach, looking ahead to tomorrow, obviously Maryland, a very balanced team. The 2 times you faced them this year, they beat you guys by double digits. What do you see as the key to changing the result this time around, making third time a charm?
Well, I don't. We were so much better at home, right, than the second time we played them. And one of the things you got to battle is their athleticism. They're very balanced as well. They have young ladies that come off the bench and provide scoring for them. And so I think one, it's staying disciplined like we did this afternoon defensively. On the offensive side, you can't turn it over. Possessions matter tomorrow, and we got to deal with their press, just much like we had to do tonight or this afternoon with Rutgers. But I do think that I have a group in that locker room that really believes that they can win, that they can beat them. And hopefully, one of the things right now that's concerning for us is Jalen, right? Has a pretty significant ankle sprain. And so tomorrow, hopefully, we'll have some time to get her feeling better. But if she's not ready to go, we have to rely on that bench. But like I said, I like our chances with this group, right? And we'll have to obviously play almost perfect. We realize that.
Just to follow up on what you said with Jalen, I know she went down, but she came back in, hit the 3, but she kind of looked a little hobbled the rest of the game. I guess maybe how determined was she to stay in the game? And
Well,
I guess
it's funny that we were in that press attack, and she didn't want to be in the spot where you have to move, right? She wanted to. She was dead set on taking the ball out of bounds, but then we get it across the timeline, and she gets settled outside the 3-point line. And she's not afraid to take that 3, and so again, what does that say about her? Is that she's just like the other 12, 13 guys I got in that locker room, right? She's going to do what she has to do for her team, and if that's playing through pain, she'll do that. But that big 3 that she hit down the stretch, that was huge.
Let's do one more for Coach, please.
Coach, your 24th win today, school record, most ever in a season. I'm curious, do you ever have time during the season, during the grind, where you can reflect on an accomplishment like that? Do you put it aside completely till the end of the year? How do you handle those?
Yeah, I think right now it's usually we have a 24-hour rule. Whether we win or we lose, we either celebrate or we evaluate, and then the next day we got to turn around and get ready to move forward. And so this is 24 hours after a win. We're going to celebrate. We're going to get ready for a good Maryland team. But we don't even. It's great, but right now that's something that we will reflect back. I think after the season when we do our end of the year banquet, right, and talk about all those great moments that we had. But as for now, I hope this season is long for being over, right? Just because I had such a great group. So thank you.
Coach, thank you. See you
Yep.
tomorrow.